All right, let's dive in. Today, we're looking at an idea that claims it can completely change how we think about the internet. Imagine going from just being a user on someone else's platform to being the actual owner and architect of your very own digital space. That's exactly what we're talking about today. And it all starts with this incredibly bold promise: deploy your universe in 30 seconds. I mean, that sounds like something straight out of a sci fi movie, right? But the goal is to make it a reality. So let's unpack what this whole Web4 revolution is actually about. Okay, so to really get what's being offered here, we first have to understand the problem they're trying to solve. And that problem, well, it's baked into the DNA of Web 2.0. The internet we all use every single day. This slide just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got the old way of doing things. Think millions of dollars in venture capital, a whole army of engineers, and years of work. And then, look at the new way. 1 cent, one idea, 30 seconds. The difference is just, wow, it's night and day. The source material uses this great metaphor. It calls today's big social media platforms a digital shopping mall. And it makes sense, right? They're huge, they're noisy, they're full of ads. And because they're trying to be everything to everyone, they don't really serve any one community particularly well. So that's the problem. Now let's talk about the solution. They're calling it the era of the micro network. At the core of all this is a protocol called Web4.community. And the key word you really got to latch onto here is sovereign. This means you're not just renting a little space on someone else's platform. You own the whole thing. The data, the rules, everything. It's the difference between being a tenant in an apartment and owning your own house. But the big question is, how is this even possible? How do you take a massive engineering project and shrink it down to a 30-second task? Well, it all comes down to three things: time, simplicity, and cost. First up, time. The claim is you can launch an entire social platform in just 30 seconds, less time than it takes to brew a cup of coffee. All those years of development that used to stop great ideas before they could even start, poof, gone. Next, the tech hurdle. Forget learning how to code in Python or React. The idea here is that all you need is a single prompt. You literally just describe the community you want to build in plain English, and the system creates it for you. This just blows the doors wide open for anyone with an idea. And finally, money. The cost to get started is just 1 cent. 1 penny. When the financial barrier is basically zero, you don't need to go chase venture capital. You can just create. It allows for a level of experimentation that's just never been possible before. So you put all that together: insane speed, radical simplicity, and practically zero cost. What do you actually get? Well, you get the ability to create a totally new kind of online space. They call this a digital sanctuary. And remember that digital shopping mall? This is the exact opposite. It's not a loud, chaotic place for everyone. It's a purpose-built home designed specifically for your niche, your people. And these sanctuaries are built on three main pillars. First, they're sovereign. You own the data, you set the rules. No big corporation can just pull the rug out from under you. Second, they're instant. An idea can become a reality at the speed of thought. And third, they're hyper-targeted. Every single feature is built for your community, not for some generic audience of a billion people. And this makes it all feel really concrete, This isn't just an abstract concept. We're talking about a private, secure network for biohackers to share their work, or a simple exchange for your local neighborhood to swap goods, or even a global hub for collectors of some really obscure art. The possibilities are just endless. See, when you give everyone the power to build their own sanctuary, the result is this huge philosophical shift. This is more than just a cool new tool. It's a direct challenge to the top-down platform model that's run the internet for the last 20 years. And this right here really gets to the heart of it. You're not just getting a page on someone else's website. You're not renting a room in their mansion. No, you're being handed the blueprints and the tools to build your very own castle. It's about true, uncompromised ownership. The folks behind this make a very confident claim. This has never been done before. And their argument is that when you combine that instant deployment, the lack of any technical barrier, and true digital sovereignty, you're creating a fundamentally new way for people to connect online. Which brings us to a final question, and this one's for you. If all those barriers, time, money, technical skill, were just completely erased, what kind of digital sanctuary would you build? what would it be?